Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Canal Algérie's News in English and today's top stories. The first tugboat made in Algeria manufactured by national competencies is delivered for the benefit of a Sonatrach subsidiary to be used to accompany the docking of ships for the transport of fuel. And preparations continue for the African Nations Championship. The Minister of Interior, Ibrahim Marad, visits the Command and Control Center of the General Directorate of National Security to inquire about the security preparations for this major event. Following the corruption scandal of MEPs that Morocco is involved in, the High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs reiterates that there is zero tolerance for corruption, while the Vice Chair of the Committee of Civil Liberties of the European Parliament denounces Al-Makhzen's plot to intimidate freedom of press. And lastly, we head to Tismsil province to discover the breathtaking nature of El Medad forest. Good evening, those are today's headlines. First in our news, the shipbuilding and repair company Ecorep delivered a steel marine tugboat built in Algeria with a 60% integration rate for a Sonatrach subsidiary. The ceremony took place in the presence of the Ministers of Industry, Transport and Energy and Mines. A report by Abdel Jabir bin Yahya, commentary by Min Al-Ammari.
The first tugboat made in Algeria was delivered by the shipbuilding and repair company Ecorep for the benefit of a Sonatrach subsidiary, which will be used to accompany the docking of ships for the transport of fuel. This 14 meters long boat with a 20-ton push capacity has been integrated by 60%, aiming to reach 75% once two other boats are delivered. It is the first achievement of its kind in the national shipbuilding industry, manufactured by national competences and capacities. It will be operational within a few days at the level of the port of Béjaïa. The delivery of this tugboat was carried out in the presence of the Industry Minister Ahmed Zagdar and was supervised by the Transport Minister Kamal Beljoud and the Energy and Mines Minister Mohamed Arqab. For his part, the Industry Minister hailed the efforts of the shipbuilding and repair company, as well as their manufacturing skills, which are accompanying the shipbuilding industry development program in Algeria. The manufacturing and delivery of this 14-meter tugboat took place after the signing of an agreement between the two parties to remove the obstacles which hindered the achievement of this project, which aims to produce 3 marine tugboats in accordance with the agreement linking them. The second tugboat should be delivered at the end of the first quarter of the year, and the third is scheduled to be delivered by the end of the second trimester. It should be noted that the tugboat that was delivered is characterized by a high integration rate, which will be higher for the remaining boats.
سياسة الحكومة التي سطرت برنامج كبيرا.
This operation is part of Sonatrach's policy regarding the promotion of local production and national integration set up by the government. The Sonatrach Group aims to strengthen the national production system by encouraging and supporting national institutions, small and medium enterprises, as well as startups.
المتوسطة وكذا الشركات المبتكرة والناشئة. من الآن فصاعدا سوف تسدى كل التعليمات لعدم اللجوء إلى المناقشات الدولية والعمل مع.
These types of equipments were previously imported through international transactions. From now on, we won't have to resort to these transactions, since we will be working with the Ecorep company. The Transport Ministry's program for the year 2023 aims to set up specifications for the acquisition of 3 or 4 tugboats. And from now on, we will coordinate with the shipbuilding and repair company for these purchases.
مادام تنجز في الجزائر سوف يتم التنسيق مع مؤسسة إيكوريب.
This vessel was manufactured according to international standards and under the strict technical supervision of the Global Certification Office Veritas, granting more guarantee and security to these tugboats.
On to the 2022 African Nations Championship updates. The Minister of Interior, Local Collectivities and Territory Planning, Brahim Meret, paid a visit to the Command and Control Center of the General Directorate of National Security, which is crucial in the general control operation of the different sites concerned by this important event. The coverage is by Walid Sari and the commentary is by Sabrin Tafirginit.
During a visit to the Command and Control Center of the General Directorate of National Security, the Minister inquired about the preparations relating to the security of the African Nation Championship of local players, emphasizing that Algeria was ready to host this major African event and to ensure the security and protection of all delegations. Algeria is more than able to host this big event and to ensure the security and protection of the delegations through access roads, accommodations and in the stadiums as well, thanks to the services of the national security which are able to assume full responsibility due to the operational availability and capabilities so that the shine will be successful. Instructions given to facilitate the transit through the simplification of the visa granting operation and the rapid processing of luggage and so on. The GDNS Command and Control Center will play a crucial role in the general control operation of the different sites concerned by this sporting event, which is an essential device for the control and monitoring of the events taking place in the different stadiums.
Ahead of the beginning of the Shan competition, the preparatory game between the Algerian and the Ghanaian national football local teams ended up with a tie 0-0 in the game that was played on Saturday in Baraqi Stadium. The development of coordination and cooperation between the customs and the justice sector was the theme of a national meeting organized on Saturday, dedicated mainly to examining customs legislation in their part related to the prosecution and enforcement of court decisions in order to reach the best means of combating economic crime. The meeting took place in the presence of the Minister of Finance, Secretary General, the Minister of Justice, and the General Director of Customs. The High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs, Josep Borrell, recalled that the European Union will not remain quiet concerning corruption affairs that Morocco is directly involved in, adding that light will be shed on this file. Details with Manal Ammari.
Zero tolerance will be reserved for the corruption scandal within the European Parliament. The High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs, Josep Borrell, sent a clear message when addressing the corruption scandal in the European Parliament with the Martin's involvement. Borrell did not hold back when declaring that there can be no exemptions during such situations. There can be no impunity and zero tolerance for corruption. We are awaiting the results of the ongoing investigations by the judicial authorities, which must shed light on these events. We are waiting for everybody's collaboration in these investigations. The High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs reiterated the European Union's positions that support the United Nations process, aiming to reach a solution. The European Union supports the United Nations process and the initiatives of the Special Envoy of the Secretary General, aiming to reach a solution. A just and realistic solution which should meet the Sahrawi people's expectations, aspiring to exercise their right to self-determination.
Still in Morocco, this time an issue that caused the Vice Chair of the European Parliamentary Committee on Civil Liberties, Maïté Pagathortou, to react. She denounces a plot by the Moroccan authorities that aims to intimidate the freedom of the press, in particular a Spanish journalist who constantly denounces the human rights violations committed by Morocco. More details with Anya Al-Bahri.
El informe del Estado de Derecho acierta al reunir en un mismo documento.
The Vice President of the Parliamentary Commission for Civil Liberties, Maïté Pagathortou, denounced in a letter made public what she considers to be a constant strategy aimed at silencing the journalist specializing in Moroccan politics, Ignacio Cambrero, through a series of legal proceedings. In this regard, the Parliamentary Committee on Civil Liberties reviewed the list of events that are taking place against the freedom of the press against this Spanish journalist, which dates back to January 2014, when the Moroccan Prime Minister at the time, Abdelilah Ben Kiran, filed a criminal complaint against Ignacio Cambrero for glorifying terrorism with the Attorney General's office, a complaint which was dismissed. It was followed by another legal action brought by the Kingdom of Morocco against the journalist for apology for terrorism, which was also dismissed in June of the same year. The MP also recalls that in 2015, the Moroccan businessman Ahmed Sharai filed a civil action for attack on honor. This businessman has been linked to the Moroccan secret services by various media, such as the newspaper El Mundo, which called him a spy for Morocco. Ignacio Cambrero had claimed that the Moroccan regime was behind the espionage operated via the Zionist software Pegasus.
A group keen on nature and adventures chose المدات Forest in Tinit الحد in Tismsit province as their new destination. A bivouac was organized where these nature lovers surely enjoyed their time. Walid Yousfi accompanied them and came back with these images, commented by Sabanin Tafirginit.
Today's adventure, bivouac at Tinit al-Had. Away from all the disturbing noises and pollution, Al-Medat Forest is the go-to destination for this passionate group that includes all ages, headed by Zaki, the tourist guide. They will have to face a 2-kilometer hiking in the National Park of Tinit al-Had to finally choose a place.
Well, it's a bit difficult to reach the wanted place, but the landscape make you forget all about the fatigue. The hiking was tiring due to all equipment we carried, but to be honest, it's totally worth it. We are 1,300 meter altitude. Once arrived, we install our tents just before sunset because after that it will get too cold to move a muscle. We will go on another hiking to collect some wood for fire.
This group didn't miss the chance to reach more than 1,500 meters altitude, the best way possible to witness the sunset. Later in the evening, it was the time to light up the fire and make dinner. The 25 campers next day woke up in the midst of the breathtaking nature, but unfortunately for them, it is the time to pack up and leave the place as clean as they found it.
And with that, our news edition comes to a close. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.